the time. And, I don't know why people, are against it, but, we're supposed to be a product of the product. So it's another way to also promote. And I tell my team this, it's a way to promote people to upgrade to the Clutch Premium.
Yep.
So they can use InstaBuilder. And then we get them into making capture pages and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree with that. So I'm exploring all options here. I'm not saying there's a right or wrong. For the last year, I've watched people figure it out. And before Trav Reagan left, I was pretty close to Trav. For some reason, we just connected a lot. And what he used to do was teach extra stuff. And I know that before he left, there was talk about how can we figure out how to use InstaBuilder, and make it affiliate coded. But then after that, he left, so that whole project got dropped, and it's never been picked up ever since. So I know people use Optimized Press. I know Angela Carter uses something else. She pays $14.95 a month. So, there's all these things going on. I'm like you. I'm sure there's other things that work. We know that works. But can we use InstaBuilder is my question, so that we can be a product of the product. So for today, even if we cannot use InstaBuilder, then it still is useful because you have Downline, I have Downline. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a bit, but we have Downline that can still do their own webinars. The whole affiliate code is when you start to get bigger and you want to make it more team centric, and you want to help. So say for example, Yulia's in my Downline, but in our group chat, we've got several cross-line people who are her siblings, in a sense. And if I'm going to do the webinar with her, I'd rather it be affiliate coded so that we can invite all of them as well, and then, I'm not just helping Yulia to sign people up, I'm helping the whole team to sign people up, right?
Okay, so that's where I utilize the blog, because you can embed the Google Hangout into your blog.
Yep.
And then they promote their blog page.
Yep.
And that does two things. They're bringing them to the Hangout, number one, but they're also bringing them to their blog.
Okay.
After the Hangout, they can look around and go, oh, let me learn more about, this person.
Okay.
And or to click on buttons and, join and all that kind of thing. So.
Okay. So why don't you take it away, do the screen shares and stuff like that, because I am recording this already so that, if I do send this to Empower or something for them to review, like when we get to Nashville, I want to be sitting down and talking to Michelle about this. I want to be talking to, Rob and stuff about this. We need to get this nutted out. I know I put a message out to the Dream Team members yesterday, and a lot of people were saying, yes, they'd like to learn this and figure it out as well. So, there's people asking about it. Let me just quickly check the group chat. I think some people might.
How do you do screen share, Desmond?
Okay. Oh, that's right. You're not that familiar with Zoom yet, right? It's on the bottom of your screen. Scroll. So
yeah, I see the green button. It says screen share.
Yep.
So I just click that, just like a Google Hangout.
This works exactly like a Google Hangout. It's just more stable. And you can have, gallery view. You can have up to 25 people.
Oh, I know. We use this for Diamond Mastermind with Kevin Connect.
Okay. Another thing you can also do is if you see the screen share, you can also do whiteboards. You can plug it into your iPhone, iPad, so you can actually share, any device that's connected to your computer.
Okay.
Whereas Google Hangouts is a little bit more tricky, right? And Google Hangouts is always some sort of something,
Yeah.
Someone gets on, the mic doesn't work, this doesn't work. We got to install this plugin, blah, 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 right? So Zoom is a paid product. There is, or it's freemium. So there's the free one.
Right.
For the El Cheapos and stuff. And I do have El Cheapos in my team, and I was an El Cheapo at one point. But, I think what it is, I think it's something like 30 minutes of free conference call. And then after that, then it stops. Or you can't record more than 20 minutes, 25 minutes or something.
Yeah, I think it's always good to start off free, just test it out, and then upgrade from there, depending on your, your team and all that kind of good stuff.
Exactly. Like Kevin, and I would encourage it for you as well too, Lynn. As, the vision as a leader is we got to invest, right? So at one point, Dream Team, there was people dropping off like flies, right? So it was just Tracy, and then I was the emerging leader that was remaining. And so there was this one day, and Tracy had this hangout. We're doing a Super Saturday back in September before Super Saturdays became cool again, and there was like something like 50 people coming on, and Tracy was late, and no one wanted to take the responsibility of upgrading their Zoom, and paying the $49 US. So I was left with the hot potato. So I ended up upgrading, right? So I upgraded. I'm like, shit, for the team, all right? So I took one for the team. And people just don't realize that we invest, I mean, we're spending money. And I hear people bitch and complain about all kinds of things. And I'm like, you guys have no idea how much money Tracy and me spend. So then I upgraded the 49. I also upgraded the $100 so that I think I could get unlimited recording as well as also, have over 50 people, whatever, on the call.
Right, right.
Oh, right. Okay, some people are coming in, asking me questions. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Jason wants in. That's him.
Charge him. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm fine. I'm fine with the fact that we can't PHP this one. So for today, even if Yulia's doing her hangout, you can see her in the call here. She's going to be doing it on Thursday, right? So she's brand new. She did her first webinar last week. And,
for you,
we fumbled through it to the point where it was just like a Google Hangout, and we just sent people to the Google Hangouts page and then watched it from there. But there's obviously better ways. I've used Instabuild. I've used Pages. And in fact, many times I've used my blog simply for that, like what you're talking about. So I understand what you're saying. I just don't know how to do it live. I don't know how to embed a live video into a blog.
Okay, yeah. So let's go through all that.
Yeah.
Do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do this with all the team as well. Like we tend to talk and we look at each other, but it's not necessary. We can do a narration while looking at the screen. So.
Okay. So what I did last night is I put together this little.
Okay.
I'm a Mike Hobbs student.
Yes. Awesome. Lynn, you're doing awesome, by the way. Just want to let you know that, okay?
Thanks, Desmond.
You are doing awesome.
I appreciate you saying that. Okay, so, I started my team training seriously at the beginning of this year, just to be honest with everybody, okay? So I'm not a pro at this, but I enjoy doing it now. So what I've done is I've got these 7 steps, and basically it makes it, a little bit more easier for people to follow. So I set up a Hangout page, and this is done on, Instabuilder. And then I also made a Hangout registration, because if you want, you could actually invite the public and then build your list. It's a great way to start building your list. And then obviously set up get response for the invitation, and then set up get response for the reminder. And then I go to get the blog post, and I set up the Hangout, embed it into the blog post. Then I go to the get response to send out the replay after it's done. And then I post the replay to the team site, which is basically automatic, because when you embed it, Julie, I think that's you. Would you mind muting?
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, there you go. Thanks. When you're done, the Google Hangout will then appear on your blog automatically. So then what you're doing is when you're sending out to get response the replay, you're actually sending them to your blog. And, you can put any buttons in there and all that kind of thing. So that is that. Let me show you my team. This is my very basic team site, okay? And so what I did is, because on Kalatu Premium, we have up to 10 blogs. So I created a new blog. My team name is Intent to Win. And so that I just designed a thumbnail that's, congruent, for all the trainings that I've been doing. And it's kind of a cool way for people to, get in here and, go see the replays. So that's what the team site looks like. Let's see, here is the team Hangout page. This is an Instabuilder page. And I keep it real simple because you don't want too many distractions, because you want them to pay attention to the Hangout. But then on Instabuilder, you can add in the Facebook comments, which is pretty cool. So you can do that and get people commenting. I also added in a join the team. Now here's what I do on this page, because you cannot code it. You cannot, code it to each affiliate. This is a bonus to my team for when they join me. And this is teaching from Mike Hobbs a long time ago, is this button is coded to a rotator. So I put anybody that upgrades to at least the builder level, okay? they are allowed in my rotator, and I put them in and I have quality click control. So I'm able to do a rotator. I paid big money for that, Desmond, by the way. So it's a really good rotator as far as keeping track and where the traffic comes from and all that kind of cool stuff. So when people click on this, it rotates through to the members, to the team members. So I thought that was pretty, a pretty neat feature. And also people are going, oh, okay. So if I upgrade, they could possibly get signups without really doing anything except bringing people to the Hangout. Okay, so that's what the Team InstaBuilder page looks like. So in setting this up, go back up.
So Lynn,
There we
today
go.
as well, sorry to interrupt. This looks awesome. This looks exactly like what I was thinking about as well. Probably, and I understand, that was really nice that you even put together the breakdown and the steps by steps. So for me, as a veteran, been around long enough, looking at that, I can kind of figure it out, right? But let's just say we have an absolute beginner like Yulia today. And by the way, for everyone that's watching this later on, it's Yulia. I know I feel so sorry for her because it's an L, and everyone always thinks it's Julia, and she says that on all things.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Everyone does it, so it's like, I just know her. She's like a sister for me now, so it's like a brother saying, "Oh, that's my sister." Her name is Yulia pronounced with a U sound. But anyhow, so with this, maybe what we could do is even get Yulia to do a screen share later, and let's literally do a case study and build one from scratch. I don't know if you've got enough time for that. I'm hoping to just kind of keep this short. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Yep.
I don't need you to spoon feed us. I don't want you to spoon feed us. I want us to learn by doing.
Okay.
Too many times we get on Hangouts and it just becomes the leader talking, people taking notes, but there's no actual workshop. And I find that if we actually do hands-on, people learn much faster. So teaching them to fish rather than showing them how to fish, right?
Yeah, and I'm just basically showing you the overall look of
That's
it, so
fine.
you have some idea.
Yep.
And I always say the same thing, just keep it basic instead of getting too, involved. The other thing I want to point out here too, Desmond, is I do put a link here to the Affiliates Club Facebook group. And I always make mention of that.
Okay.
If I don't forget, in the Hangouts. So you want to get people, acclimated to the group as well.
Okay. So your affiliates club Facebook group, that would be like our Dream Team Facebook group. Is that the equivalent?
No, it's the Empower Network Affiliates group.
Okay, so that would be the affiliate support group.
Yes.
Okay. So sending people there, what's the benefit of sending people there?
Because
They're not signed.
they can start meeting people. They can start, asking questions if they have any questions, all that kind of good stuff.
Okay, so you have no problem about sending a non-signed up person here?
No, they can't get into it unless they're signed up. It's a closed group.
Verified, but I'm in.
Yeah, they have to verify to let them in. So
Really? Does the admins verify it? Like,
Yeah, they do.
okay.
yeah, they're supposed. That's how I understood it anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't drive people here. I mean, I'm sure you're doing it and it's fine, but I wouldn't let people out of my funnel that way. Because if they came here, then who knows, right? Like they could just end up, I guess, whatever. Abundance thinking rather than scarcity. So
Yeah, it does open in a new page. I always teach that as well. That always open a new page, because when they click away, they come back to where they were.
okay.
So that is really, really important as well.
Okay.
Yes, and keep in mind, this is, when I talk on this Hangout, I'm always saying, this is for the team. However, I like to contribute to the industry as a whole. So if you're joining us and you're not on the team yet, there's a button below. Click that, get on the team, and then for the team only, the Affiliates Club link is there. So
Okay.
if they want to click it and just to get curious, I like that, because then they're like, oh wow, look at all this stuff that they have.
Okay. Lynn, just by the way, we do have 10 participants on right now, and we also are graced by the awesome Tracy Walker as well. Because, I mean, she's curious to learn this stuff as well. So just to bring you guys up to speed, really quickly, what I've done is I've been asking around, so to Lynn, to Pat, to Dave Renica, to Katie, to Angela as well, to figure out who's been doing Hangouts and how can we affiliate code a Hangout page. And this all started because Yulia, who's been up and down different things, she's been trying to get stable. And one of the areas that she's good at is video, and she's been watching Top Producer Formula. So she wants to do Hangouts. And I said, that's a great idea. And I'm guilty myself of never doing consistent Hangouts. And I noticed that those who did consistent weekly Hangouts, and invited their cold traffic as well as their email list, tended to get more regular signups, eventually built that rapport, that know, like, and trust. And so it was just another piece in the puzzle for me to master. So when Yulia came to me and said she wanted to do Hangouts, I said, great opportunity. It's time for me to learn as well. So we started to explore. And then what happened was last week, we fumbled through our first Hangout, even though I've done other Hangouts. But, I kind of let Yulia set it up. And I'll let Yulia do a screen share. She set up a lead capture page. She posted it on Facebook. She posted it out to her list, which is not that big yet. But so she had to work to get some cold traffic through Facebook, through, setting up an event page on Facebook, inviting people. And she did get 19 leads from that. And then after that, we held a Google Hangout webcast. But I told her, I said, there's got to be better ways of doing it. I've been on Pat's, I've been on, other people's webcasts where it looks like an Empower webcast, where it's got a chat in the bottom, it's got the banners on the side, it's got an affiliate code. How do we get that going? So, I humbled myself, reached out to Lynn, reached out to Pat, reached out to all of them, and started asking, how can we do that? Well, as it turns out, the conversation has gone that InstaBuilder right now, there's no clear answer on it. It's no, not at the moment. We cannot affiliate code it. But yes, if we did put pressure on Empower tech support people, before it was Trav Reagan, now it might be Rob or it might be Michelle, there is a way to do the PHP code in InstaBuilder, just no one knows how to do it. And it's too technical right now. So that might be one of the things on the agenda to be brought up during Nashville. And Lynn and myself will probably spearhead that so that we can learn that and then disseminate it to the rest of the community, or get, Michelle or whatever to disseminate it during the Nashville event at some sort of workshop, right? Because I think that will benefit the entire community if people can start doing, live hangouts with their teams on, say, a Wednesday or Thursday, whatever night, inviting their cold traffic and so forth, and affiliate coding it. So right now, Lynn, what she's done is she's taken me to her blog. She's out of her 10 blogs. She's created one blog here separately. There you go. That's the one Lynn was talking about. And, she's just very, very basic. She just started doing this at the beginning of the year. So she's not, nothing fancy in design or anything like that, but she's getting it done. And Lynn, can you show us the blog page? And the idea behind it, I'll pass the mic back to Lynn to explain more. But she basically just uses the blog. So she's not using, Optimized Press. She's not using any of these other paid services. And what she does, she embeds the Google Hangouts into a blog, because we've got our banners there. And you can add all the Facebook chat and stuff like that, like she says. And Lynn, that's it. Why don't you take it from there? I've just given the background story. Sorry,
right. And so this is just a blog post. Now, if you want to, you can do a page and then just always keep changing out the page. But if you're doing trainings, you could create like this little team site real quick, because we do have the 10 blogs on Klaatu Premium. So anyway, like I said, I just keep it real simple. I just take the training of Mike Hobbs and I just, do it real simple. And again, this is a rotator link. So, because I don't want, I'm not trying to drive all the traffic here. If someone's new and they don't even know how to set up their blog yet, they can go ahead and promote this page, and I will put them on the rotator if they upgrade to the Builder Club level. Yeah. So
okay, just sorry, Lynn, I forgot to mention that. So for those of you guys, if you're watching the replay of this, or even if you're on here right now and you're new, I'm assuming, I'm looking at the names on here, everyone seems to be at least a veteran enough to understand what a rotator is. If you don't, that means you need to go back to training or ask your upline sponsor what a rotator is. It has been talked about. I don't think it's been talked about that much recently in recent training, but back in the days when we had, Vic and we had like traffic formula and stuff like that, rotators were talked a lot about. It's a third-party software that you have to pay a monthly subscription for. Okay, so yet another cost. All the people now in the last year, you guys don't realize how lucky you are. But back in our days, we used to spend like, the average affiliate was spending like $800-900 a month, because we had Empower, we had iPass, we had rotators, we had, lead capture pages type software. We had all these extra things that we had to pay for our business, just to make our business work, right? So that's why I was very happy when InstaBuilder came in, and that was discussed at the beginning of this webcast. We want to be a product of the product. Yes, I know it can be done in Optimized Press. Yes, I know we can use what I think Angela Carter recommended, but I would like to use the InstaBuilder, right? Like Lynn said, Lynn hit it right on the nose. When a brand new person comes in, we want to be a product of the product. That's core. And we want them to upgrade to premium, and also incentivize our team members to upgrade to Team Builder and so forth, so they can be put on this rotator. So the rotator comes down to the responsibility of the leader, just like leaders, like us will spend money for Zoom. instead of doing it the El Cheapo way, we'll spend money for Wistia instead of doing it the El Cheapo way and using the free accounts and stuff like that. Eventually, it's a business that we're running here, so there are costs associated with it, tools to make the business generate income. So go ahead, Lynn, continue.
Yeah, and I liked how you mentioned all that, and just to point out too, Desmond, that this doesn't have to be a rotator link. Obviously, each team member would have their own, blog page, and then this would be a clickable link to their join page. So just to be clear on that. So in the back dashboard of your Kalatu.
Sorry to interrupt. So in other words, what you're saying is that if we did not use the rotator option, okay, and say we had 5 team members that all wanted to be part of this, we could all simultaneously write our own blogs on our existing blogs. We could all just put a little button there for ourselves that links to our join pages. And then all they needed was the embed code for the video. That's all.
Correct.
So you would then, whoever is the one creating it in Google Hangouts would create it in Google Hangouts and then just share the embed code with everyone. Everyone would embed the code into their own personal blogs. And at the moment, and then grab the URL of that blog, email that out to the list, and invite people. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
That would be a roundabout way of, instead of using a PHP code and so forth, and everyone can use what they already have. That's awesome.
They already have, exactly. And they can do it, and I mean, it's so fast. And after you set it up once, you can go into the post, and you can go into the text part of the post, which I'll show you here in a minute. Copy the text side of that post, and then you just have to just change, like the title and then the embed code, then you're done. You don't have to worry about relinking it and all that kind of thing. So where do you want me to start first? You want me to start with the InstaBuilder or the blog post, Desmond?
What we could do, we could do it 2 ways. You can either try to take us through and show us, or, to save time, maybe even Yulia get on a screen share. And I always use this analogy, but it's like the proverbial 747 that both the pilots are dead, or they're knocked out. Yulia's in the cockpit. She does not know how to fly. You're that, you're the person that negotiator that gets into the air traffic controller, and you're going to guide her to the ground. Okay. I do that a lot of my hangouts with my team members. Rather than me show them what to do, I'd rather them physically do it because it embeds it in their memory. So that might even be better for you to get off your screen share, Yulia get on your screen share, and then you talk her through InstaBuilder.
All right, let me show you before I do that in InstaBuilder. Like I said, this is a separate blog. If you want to stay on your current blog, that's fine. But if you're going, I look at it this way. I felt kind of silly just setting up a blog and I had one hangout. And I thought, but wait, I'm going to do these every week. And as you can see, it just starts building this blog. And Kalatu platform, it's powerful. So you've got all this content, even though they're videos. So I just have these 2 pages. That's it. And you keep it real simple. So that's up to, Yulia, whatever you feel comfortable with. But anyway, I just wanted to show you. This is InstaBuilder, and this is what it would look like. It's just 2 pages. That's it.
Hey, really quick, Lynn, good morning. I just wanted to share this with Tracy. Just messaged Vanessa. And she is going to ask the team about affiliate coding when they come in tomorrow.
Oh, great. Awesome.
That's awesome. Thanks, Raymond.
Especially if we could do that on InstaBuilder. Holy cow. Can you imagine? So, okay. So I will stop sharing here.
All right.
There we go.
I'm going to share my screen, so thanks so much for allowing me to do that.
Lynn, actually, I was going to ask you just go back and do one more screen share. Could you show us what those 2 InstaBuilder pages look like?
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's all I want. Yeah. Then once we see what the finished product looks like, then we can go and start to build.
Okay. All right. So I'm not sure how familiar everybody is with InstaBuilder, but basically, you click on new page and you go.
There's enough tutorials they're going to have to learn. You can't have people always saying, I don't know. It's been there. I've got people that have been in for like a year and they still didn't even know there was a link called InstaBuilder or like an app. I'm like, that's your own fault. That's like owning a restaurant and not knowing where your teacups are kept or not knowing where the sugar is kept or the beer is kept. I'm like, come on. You have to explore around your business and see what, where's the toilet? Where's the toilet brush kept?
Exactly. So this is a capture page, if you will, that I created. I haven't updated it since then, but because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a video here
Mhm.
that will have like a little welcome. Hey, I'm Lynn Brown. You know, I'm welcoming you to the team hangout, but I'm opening it to the public because whatever. And then they can click to access the hangout there, but it's going to go to, oh, I haven't set it up. That's right. I have to set it up to make this a two-step capture page.
Okay.
So what would happen is when you click on this, it pops up to
Yep.
a capture page, and everybody I think knows that.
Yep.
So and then not on the team, you know, click here, and it goes to your join page.
Okay. And Lynn, just by the way, let me just quickly do something here. I'm going to do a quick screen share.
Okay.
And when I do mine, it's going to pop you off yours.
Oh,
So
okay.
here we
Okay.
go. There's mine. Okay. So now I've used Megaphone, which is a competitor it's a Kajabi product, which is a competitor to Lead Pages. So
Yep.
for those of you guys out there who never understood, I mean, this is like a $500 a year subscription, or $50 a month type subscription. So you guys are saving money because you don't have to use this. You now have InstaBuilder, but because I paid for a year, I'm using it. So in here, you can set up templates. All these lead capture pages, ClickFunnels, Megaphone, Lead Pages, all these extra third-party services have these things here where they give you templates. Like say you want to do a webinar, and so you'll see that what Lynn has built is basically what these templates look like, something similar to this. Maybe say for example, just preview, right? And it's something like this. It's very basic. It's got a headline, it's got a button, it's got a time and a date and a countdown and who's doing it, and a couple of simple points what to expect, right? And maybe even some testimonials down here. But what it does is the moment people click on this, it goes to the next page, which is either what? It can either be a lead capture page where people enter their email, right? Or what it is a bridge video that says, hey, it's Desmond here and you just registered. Just want to say thank you. Make sure you whitelist my emails. I'm going to be sending you emails and so forth. So this is for those who are beginners at this process, building these funnels, this is what the leaders do. We will do something like this. We'll think out the entire process. We'll map it out on a piece of paper, right? Kind of a flow chart. If someone goes, we'll create this page, then we'll post this on Facebook. It'll attract people. We might even, promote it on Facebook and actually make paid ads for it so that people see this, they enter their email, we capture the leads. That lead goes into a separate list in our Aweber or GetResponse that we call it the webinar list. So we know that the people that came in on that list were interested in the webinar so that our language can communicate to that list in the future. Then what happens is on that list, there's an autoresponder series, a follow-up series that, says, that reminds people. So maybe they enter their email. You guys have seen John Pemberty, how he does it, and all the other leaders, Katie Lindell and stuff. Any of these leaders have gone off to promote other things, it's all the same process. They're like, hey, come and watch my webinar and I'll teach you how to do YouTube, for free. It's never free. It's a freemium. It's to capture you, to get you to watch the webinar, and then later on promote something else that they've got to you. So you get in for free, and then after that, what happens is they're going to try to upsell you to a $400 product. Or, if you buy now, it's only $297, or 3 payments of $197 or whatever it is. They're going to do that. That's the whole strategy. We're marketers. We're here to sell something, right? But we're going to give value at the same time too. So the webinar method is a good way. So just to show you guys what is out there as well in comparison to, what we're building in InstaBuilder, so you guys can see what the market uses. It'll be something like this. See, it's a lead capture page. They enter their name, they get an email, they register. From here, it goes to, even if I was to, say, for example, I use this template. For example, I just want to show you guys what? Oh, I've reached my limit. Okay, so I got, okay, 1 second here, guys. Let me just go to my pages. Let me delete an old page, right? So delete that. I don't need that WordPress one there anymore. So I go to templates, and I go in here and I look for webinars. Right now, as soon as this thing runs out, the subscription on this runs out, I'm not going to use it anymore. I'm going to be using just InstaBuilder, just to let you guys know that, okay? So don't get all excited about this. And then say, for example, I use this template, test, create. And then,
this is what you can do in InstaBuilder too. You can create your own template and come back and.
Exactly. All this stuff is in InstaBuilder. That's why for people like us, we're like, why do I need to spend $500 a year when I can just do this now in InstaBuilder? So then what you do is your form integration that goes into your Aweber or your GetResponse or whatever. I've got Aweber, right? And then after that, what happens is there's a thank you page usually in here, like when people opt in. So the opt-in title, opt-in headline, opt-in button, right? And then with the opt-in button, it normally has register. Okay, then there should be well, whatever the case is, there's something here where you can basically, where does this page go to? So you can then say it goes to, and obviously in Megaphone, we got to go back to, you go create a second page, right? Which is a thank you page. So then you have a thank you page here, right? And then you go create a thank you page that says, thank you for registering. And then this thank you page, where does it go to? Nowhere, or people's emails are already in your list. So that's the process. I just want you guys to understand that. And then after that, Lynn, I'm going to stop my screen share back to you. Go ahead and show us your screen and how you're building it in InstaBuilder. So that way you guys can now see the comparison between what's done in the past and now how InstaBuilder can help us to do this better.
Yeah, and you guys, I mean, there's so many different ways, different colors. You can make your own logo. You can go to Fiverr, get your own logo if you wanted to. All these different things that you can do, and this is just an idea.
Yeah,
So,
and whereas Megaphone and stuff, sometimes my hands are tied because they're templates, so I can't modify them. Whereas InstaBuilder, everything is customizable.
yes. And so then over here, and after you create a page, it creates this link. And remember, our Kalatu blog will always show it as the initial blog. But when you domain map it, which I domain map all my sites, see when you click on this, it changes to my intent to win, and then whatever I designate for this page. So same thing here. Even though it's Blog for Business Online, I domain mapped it, so everything goes to intent to win. And so then this is the Hangout page. So that's it. It's just that basic. And then these stats, so you can see it's working.
Okay, Lynn, one last thing as well. So what I noticed here, in case someone else did not catch this, was I noticed 3 different pages. I noticed a lead capture page, right? The intent to win, that one there, that's the access page.
Yes.
Then I noticed you had an actual Hangout page.
Yes.
And then you also use your blog. So what's the difference between the blog and the Hangout page?
Okay, so the blog is where the team members, the new team members, can get the embed code and put it on their blog. Okay, and I just set up my own team site because I made a commitment to do team trainings every Tuesday. So I just made up my own team site, which would be beneficial for other team members. But if they're just getting started, they would want to set up a blog on their blog with the embed code for the Hangout and invite everybody to that, blog. Or Desmond, they can make their own InstaBuilder page, and they can have an InstaBuilder Hangout because it'll all be at the same time, seeing the same Hangout. So either way.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. I mean, now that you've got your InstaBuilder Hangout page, all you need to do is export that file, the brand new member, import that file, and then just change the...
Yeah, it hadn't worked before, and so you said that they did fix that?
Yeah, from what I understood. Okay, so you should be able to...
Say this is HTML?
Yeah, let me just see here. Hold on. Not save as HTML. There should be an export button.
I don't think export works.
Yeah?
Oh, here it goes.
Yeah.
Never
So
worked.
yeah, it'll be the IB20 export file.
Yes.
So that's InstaBuilder 2.0, right? 2.0 export. Now, if you grab that file and you send it to me or to Yulia, so let's just try to send it to Yulia. Send it to me on Facebook if you can, or just post, because you can always just open up your Facebook right now, Lynn.
Okay.
And look for Yulia. Send her a message. I think you guys are connected as friends. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
If not, you can always just go to her page and then send her a message.
It's not coming up.
Okay, so just go find her in the search. Yulia, get ready. You're about to go live here. Okay, the 1-800 got junk one. The second one down. Up one more. Up, 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 up. Second one down.
Oh, right here.
Yep. All right, go ahead, add friend, and then message. Yulia, go ahead and respond to her. Then what you can do, Lynn, is you can add the file. And this is what I did for my team, because just like you, when those who upgrade, and have brand new members, for us, it was lead capture pages. We were building, so I was teaching them to build lead capture pages that were, customized rather than just using the company lead capture page, right? And we were doing that specifically for the Craigslist strategies and things like that, where, it would just like the company lead capture page was just too big of a jump if they were sending people cold traffic to it. So they needed to have another lead capture page that was softer, that captured the lead and then took them to the videos and stuff. Okay, so you see where it says it's got that little paper clip on the bottom?
Whoops, I needed to enter. Sorry about that. There you go.
Good. Now, Yulia, you need to grab that file. You need to save it on your computer. You need to open up Kalatu, and then you need to go into InstaBuilder. So basically, Lynn, right now what you probably need to do is just stop your screen share, and you will start doing your screen share.
There we go. Okay.
I really appreciate you taking the time to do this, by the way, Lynn.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I mean, that is something that I love to do, is share information and be helpful to anybody at any time.
Lynn, by the way, for those who don't really know your background, how long have you been in Empower and who's your sponsor?
I started with Empower 2 weeks before the San Diego event.
Mm-hmm. Which is when? Everyone always says by the event, but nobody knows when the event is. So
that was in 2012.
Okay. So
it's been a little over, 3.5 years now.
Okay.
And John Moroz is actually my sponsor.
Yep.
And I wouldn't even join Empower until I talked to him.
Yep.
Because somebody shared me a link, and so I thought, okay, I need to talk to a human being.
Yep.
And he called me right away, and that's one reason why I got on board.
Okay, so that's a lesson to be learned, because a lot of us, that's a mixed thing, right? It's a mixed bag. A lot of us, I get that all the time. Someone will say, we'll send out ads or we'll do different things, and someone will be like, they'll reply, "Are you a real person? Can you get on the phone and call me?" And a lot of times, I've actually become cynical about that, because it's like 9 out of 10 of those I call, they're like analysis paralysis. No matter how much I talk to them or whatever I give them, they never take action. So I've made a rule that, yes, I will get on the phone with you for maybe about 5 minutes. You can see I'm a real person. You can go check out my YouTube, check out my blogs. You can see all the real, my Facebook. And then after that, if you don't take action, I'm not going to talk to you.
Right. Exactly. And
Because-
I've learned that, throughout the years.
Mhm.
I got to tell you, Tracy Walker's been my biggest influence, because the next event or 2 events after that, I ran into her, and she was very inspiring to me, because she was a woman and, an upcoming entrepreneur then. And she talked to me for 40 minutes. I don't know if she'll remember that, but she talked to me and she got me straightened out where I was just all over the place.
Wow.
And so it just kept me going, it just kept me going. So we really have amazing leaders in this community.
That is also a testament, right? That happens when you get to the major events.
Yes.
Right? That doesn't happen just out of the blue. You reach out to someone on Facebook and just be like, "Hey, I see you're a leader. Can you get on the phone with me and spend like an hour of your precious time to coach me and spoon feed me and babysit me?" Right? It just doesn't happen that way. So leaders, I know you and me know that feeling. Now we're up and coming leaders. At the events, we get swarmed with people because people see us on the live webcast, so they know who we are. So they come up to us, and it's like impossible to walk from your hotel room to the conference center without getting waylaid 100 times. Right? But it's very, very flattering, and it's really nice. But when we're at those events, if someone has made the effort to get to the event, I don't care whose team they're on, I will give them as much value as I can, because I know they paid the price to get there. Right? And I'm sure you feel the same way.
Exactly. I totally agree with you on that. And by the way, we ran into David Wood at that San Diego event. There was a lot of things that happened. Number one, 2 weeks, I had joined.
Yep.
And I didn't know how I was going to make my first sale, but I started taking action right away. And they did that commission countdown. Didn't know anything about it. Everybody was getting up on stage, getting those big old checks and everything. And I got a notification before that commission countdown that I had made my first sale.
Nice.
So when David Wood counted down to, okay, who made your first sale? Stand up. My husband's like, "You did, stand up,"
Yep.
So then right after that, we broke or something like that. And my husband and I we wanted to go up to our room, and we went to the elevator. I swear there was nobody else around the elevator. Here walks in David Wood and his bodyguard. I'm like, "David Wood, hi, I'm Lynn Brown," and I went all in and all this kind of stuff. And I said, "This is my husband." He talked to us for 15 minutes until the bodyguard said, "Come on, we got to go." We left San Diego it's a 6-hour drive to where we live, because we live in California. we nonstop talking for 6 hours about David Wood, what he said, what we felt in his heart. And, you know, we could really sense that he was a real person with real values and things like that all the way home. It was
Totally.
incredible. So yeah, it was really
Totally.
good.
Yeah, exactly. For anyone watching the replay on this, I mean, if you haven't got your ticket for the next major event, please, please, please do
Oh
it.
yeah.
There's amazing things that happen that's so hard to convey, right, in all the webcasts. But anyway, okay,
Exactly.
Yulia, why don't you go ahead and do your screen?
And I'll go ahead and mute.
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much.
Actually, Lynn, you're gonna be guiding her, so
Yes.
That's right.
I'll guide her
I'm
in
the
this week.
co-pilot.
Please, I can't do this alone. Okay, I'm going to share screen right now. All right, let's share this. So I did get your file.
Hey, by the way, guys, you know, I'm just gonna put in this plug as well right now for Lynn. Lynn is a massive contributing leader in the Empower Network community, and so if you guys enjoy this training, you know, and you find it's beneficial, I mean, come on, guys, you know, sometimes it really helps when you can make a short testimonial video for someone, you know, and just shoot it, put it up on YouTube. Don't make it unlisted, you know, or anything like that. Make it public. So that she can share it. What I recommend is if you do a testimonial video and you want it to benefit you as well, what I normally do in the title is I'll say something like, you know, testimonial video for Lynn Brown by Desmond Soon, right? So that's keywording my name and her name so that when people do a Google search and they look my name up, they will see a YouTube video of me doing a testimonial video for Lynn, but it also gives her that, you know, extra keyword research, and it helps her to brand herself on the first page of Google. So Yulia, that's your lead capture page that you created. Good.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, let me give you another testimonial there, Desmond, that because of Empower and because of following, you know, on Kalatu, Lynn Brown, if you search Lynn Brown, I mean, 3 years ago, I would never come up on the first page. You search Lynn Brown today, I'm on the first page of Google.
Bingo. Yeah, definitely. That's something I definitely do with all my team members.
Powerful.
Within the first month, I mean, Kalatu has got such a powerful. Trav Reagan explained this to me. It's like because of the
The season domains.
Yeah, right. Because of those domains that they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know how much exactly they spent, but because of that, the average person getting in, you know, writing 1 or 2, like 3, 4 articles, and just if they know how to put their name into their blogs and stuff, they end up ranking on the first page of Google very quickly, which people spend a year paying to SEO companies hundreds and hundreds of dollars every month, you know, after 8-9 months to get on the first page of Google. We do it in like a month. Okay, so Yulia, you need to be showing us your Insta Builder and your Kalatu first.
Yep, I'm right here.
All right, go ahead. So Lynn, you take it away.
All right, so we're going to create a new page.
Okay. Let's do that.
Because what we'll do, Yulia, we'll create the, you know, the Hangout page.
Okay.
Or unless you want to create the, you know, the webinar capture page, or are we just doing the Hangout today, Desmond?
Just do the Hangout because she's already got her own capture page, and people
Okay,
can use the templates for the capture page if they need to.
Okay. So, Yulia, I don't know if, you know, people that are watching, up at the top there under Choose Template, Template Type, you can click on that down arrow, and there's all different types of, you know, different templates that you can choose from. And then there's subtypes as well. But basically, any of these templates that you choose, you can customize. So what we want to do is actually get to a video page. So if you go to that template type, and I would click on sales page, because the sales pages typically will have your videos in them.
Mm-hmm.
And so then now you can you know, pick any of these templates, because you're going to, you know, you can either use that template or you can change it up however you want.
Okay. That's good.
That probably looks like a good, I mean, it's a basic one. And by the way, you can always go and preview. There's a preview button as well, like Desmond was showing on his software. So this is your basic Insta Builder. But as you can see, I mean, you can quickly make a Hangout page.
Sorry, there's a lot of spam on my computer. Just giving you.
Oh, I was going to say, is that coming up on Insta Builder?
No.
Something funny here for the guys and girls. With girls, you guys get these pop-ups of like shopping stuff, right? I've had downline where it's porn and stuff. I'm like, oh my god! So you've been visiting porn sites, you got cookies and everything. that's popping up.
I don't even know how to get rid of it. I'm sorry.
Get a Mac.
I know. So I'm just going
Wow.
to get that in advance, so I have a lot of stuff.
Okay, that's a bummer because you're going to need to get over there.
You know what? I'm just going to exit this and we'll just try that again. Okay.
Okay, there you go. All right, so if you have a logo, you can put it up there. If you don't, what you do is you just click on that your logo.
Sorry. Yeah. I have a logo.
Okay, whoops, stay on page. Just
Julia,
click on
you're probably gonna just need to drag that to another area of your screen, and
I don't even know how to do that. Like, it's not
dragging anywhere.
it's just being annoying.
and there's no X to X out on the right hand side.
It's so evil. I don't
Change
know.
the view on your screen, like
Yes. See if you can scale it. Zoom out.
yeah. Normally, when you zoom out, you might be able to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. The scale?
Yeah. Your zoom, zoom out. So minus to make it smaller.
Thanks, guys.
There you go. There's an X on the bottom there now.
All right.
Hey, Julia, next time that pops up, there, if you look down in there, it'll usually tell you where that ad is coming from, who that ad server. You can probably Google that to see about getting rid of it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so when you click on your logo, a gear will, that's strange. There you go. See the little gear? That's where you can edit.
Yeah.
You can also delete it with the little red box, the little red trash can if you want to. Yep. But go ahead then, Yulia, if you have a logo, then you can go grab it.
Okay. I've already made a page.
Yep.
I'm wondering, do you want me to make one from scratch?
We're gonna try to play around with it. We don't have to do everything, because it'll take too long, right? I mean, they'll take
Right. I think
So just kind of move through it.
Hold
And
the
zip with
idea.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I want to add a picture,
Yeah, just go to action. Click the down button.
I'm waiting. It's not doing anything. I don't know if I'm the best example considering how slow my computer is, but
So probably ultimately, I mean, Yulia, you can now after this hangout, you can go build your own. I think probably the only thing is just to embed the video, right? The Google Hangout.
yeah, I can add all that stuff later. Like I could.
Okay.
People have to learn how to, play around with that. Now, what about the bottom though? Like having the chat, like that's something I don't know how to
Yeah,
do.
exactly.
Right. So scroll on down and, I get rid of all this stuff because you don't want too much distraction. So you click on you can click on a whole section too. I mean, InstaBuilder they do have videos in there to show you how to do all this, but yeah, so just click on everything and you trash it. And you only need one button, so, you don't need a second button there.
And I think a lot of times new people, they also don't know what to do. Like they get overwhelmed even at this level, simply because they haven't been around long enough to see, we've all spied on leaders, right? We've all gone to Alex Zubras, we've gone to Michael Mars, we've gone to, John. And so what I do is I pay attention. When I go to John Ock's, webinar or his videos or his lead capture pages, I notice how clean it is and how it doesn't have anything. It's just a logo, a headline, or not even a logo, a headline, a video, a button, and maybe all the copyright and the terms of agreement on the bottom.
That's exactly it. That's it. So Yulia, let's get back to the page there.
Sorry about that. Right, I was just gonna put the video in.
Oh, do you have a video?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, leave that open. Leave that video open, and then go back. And so on InstaBuilder, just so everybody knows, you use the link from YouTube. But on the Hangout page, you're going to get the embed code to put on your blog if you're going to enter it on your blog.
Exactly. That's why I wanted you to talk about, Lynn, because most people don't know how to get that embed code inside Google Hangouts.
Okay. So I should probably share my screen and show you the Google Hangout and where you do that.
And Lynn, by the way, do you do your Google Hangouts from live streaming in YouTube, or do you go through Google Plus and then into Google Hangouts?
Yeah, I go through Google Plus.
Okay, can I show you guys something real quick? Because I just learned something from Nestor, who taught me this just the other day, which was actually really interesting because I've always gone through Google Plus.
Yeah.
Screen share. I'll pop Yulia off real quick. Jump into mine. So say, for example, I think I was using Firefox that day, right? And this is one of my other Downlines accounts. So there we go. And I believe it was YouTube. Actually, I could probably, yeah, I can't do it from the other one. And it's the wrong Hangout. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go into Torch. By the way, guys, you notice how many browsers I got here, right? Firefox, Safari, Chrome, and Torch. So word of advice, I do use multiple things here. Oh yeah, that's the one I did here, stay-at-home parent, right? So this is the one I did with Nestor. And you can see it's a different account, so it's my second YouTube account. And so what I did was I went into here, you click that, you go to My Channel, you go into Video Manager. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Nestor taught me another way to get in. That was, you click on your profile, you go to Create a Studio.
Create a studio.
Yep.
Okay.
So in Create a Studio, I mean, well, Create a Studio, all it does is just takes you into your, it's your dashboard. Right?
Oh, okay,
It's
gotcha.
your video manager. Then in here, you've got the live stream.
Okay.
And you click on that. Now you got to make sure your account is in good standing. That's why I'm not using my first account, because my first account had a flag, so I could not. Now, guys, this can get complicating. Me and Nestor were fumbling around with this, even though he's done it. But it's not the Stream Now beta; it's the events. So you don't have any events scheduled. Then what you do is you create a new event. Okay, and then it's just like typing up a YouTube, a YouTube video, right? So whatever it is,
Or it's just like when you're in Google Plus.
pretty much,
Because all this stuff is what I see when I'm in setting up a Google Plus.
Exactly, right? And I'll show you guys also what I see in Google Plus. But the benefit of using this was Nestor taught me, it's like don't touch this custom button. This is like when later on down the road, if you guys ever want to carry a camera around and you want to do it from your phone, you can do this because it has encoding options and stuff, which later on you can get. And it's like if you're carrying around a video camera, you can even do that with it. So it gets really technical. It's actually really good. But once you've created this, right? Say just live hangout today and now. I don't want to go now. Let's just start it at, let me just put it at 11 p.m. Okay, and end time 1 a.m. That's fine. Okay, so then you create event. So then what it does, it stays in here, right? And then I could set this up for next week, the week after. I could set it up for a whole year in advance.
Okay, so then Desmond, can you click on the down edit button?
Yep. Basic info and cards.
Can I see the basic info?
Sure.
Because I'm trying to find the embed code.
Not yet. Okay, so I'll give you that in a second. So you save changes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And so what you can do is you can do this, it's in the live control room. Okay, so, right? And in the live control room, you've got all kinds of things here. Sorry, it's a little bit slow. So in here, you've got two different videos here. You got the public view, right? And then you've got the preview. And also you can go back to just the events page here, and then you click start on air. And you can go into this as many times as you want. Oh, shit. Okay, 1 second. I'm using Torch, so let me go back to Safari. My account. So if you guys are watching, you're getting confused, I'm jumping around a lot. All I did was I went from Torch browser to Safari browser, and both these two browsers I use this YouTube account, whereas my Chrome and my Firefox, I'm using my main account. So in here, again, the live stream, events, and there's a benefit to doing this, Lynn. If you're not comfortable doing it right away, just do the normal way you do it. That's fine. But again, this takes you just right in here, just like a normal Google Hangouts.
Right.
And it's on the bottom right, guys. Once I'm in here, I'll move that out of the way. You'll see this little thing here on the bottom, and then the links. When you click on that, it gives you the embed code right here. And so
but you have to start the Hangout.
No, it doesn't have, remember, you're not on air yet. You're just opening up the screen, but you're not yet on air.
But it's starting to. So if you clicked out of there, you would have to restart it again?
Nope. Until you click the start broadcast, it hasn't started yet. Okay, so you just come in here to grab the embed code, and you don't touch the green button until the actual webinar is ready to start.
Oh, okay.
And then I can just close this, right? And And then you can also, and that's it. You can come in and out of this. So like I said, if we have a webinar that's scheduled for next week, I can come in here every day, as many times as I like, and I can basically go grab the embed code, send it to my downline. Grab the embed code, send it to my downline. And the webcast is not yet live until we click it, right? So I come back in here again, see? So, and I can keep closing in and out, in and out, in and out, as many times as I want to come in here.
Okay, so here, let me show you what I do on Google Plus, because I have like 6,000
And
followers.
I know what you do on Google Plus, because it's exactly what I used to do forever until Nesta showed me the way, right? You go here and you go on the Hangouts.
I'm talking about how I invite people. Then when I make it public,
Yep.
then it's like an invitation that goes out to
Yep.
all. There you go.
Right.
Google Hangouts. There you go.
Yep. This is the way I've done it for the last 2 years. And so either way, you guys can do it either way. Just that, with the Hangouts on Air, and then the standard thing here. And then once you create the Hangout on Air, it does this.
And this is where you can put in your your keywords and all that, like training, but like for me, like was Twitter training and all that,
Yep.
which can help to build an audience, or curiosity, or people wanting to come in, and then you can put your link there to your capture page and all that kind of good thing. So
So I mean, either way works. I just learned the other method from Nestor. This is the way I've done it predominantly.
I'll have to take
forever.
a look at that. It's pretty cool. I never even knew about the studio.
Yeah, so there's all that different methods, but I think for now, people just need to get webinars, get on the lead capture page, or a lead capture page onto a webinar page that's an InstaBuilder. So Yulia, you need to screen share again and grab that file from. Did you already? That's our template. I mean, you could build it from scratch, but that's her template.
Oh yeah, you know what? We didn't even try that.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably try that, because that could be a great team thing where they come in and say, "Hey, we're going to give you a template, to start off with."
Yep, that's what I do with my teams. My teams with the lead capture pages, right? If they are at the elite level, I give them the, if they're serious enough, I will give them.
Yes, that's
my
a good
template.
idea.
Then, I mean, yes, eventually they need to learn how to work around an InstaBuilder, but I don't want to waste, 2 weeks, 3 weeks teaching them InstaBuilder. I want them to start having lead capture pages right away, that they can start getting leads, so that their confidence goes up. And then who knows, they hit 30 leads, they pop one sale, boom, they're excited, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So just to make sure, this is a lead capture page for the webinar, right? That's what we're creating.
Back out of this one,
The
Yulia.
actual Hangout page that you're creating.
Or the Hangout page. So I've already made a lead capture page for the Hangout.
That's correct. That's fine.
Now I'm creating a new one. Is that what I'm doing?
Now you're going to import Lynn's template and use her template.
I
So I
understand.
think we got to go. We got to get out of this one.
Yeah, you got to back out of this one and just not save it, just back out.
Just exit.
Yeah, just close it. Go back and just leave page. Go to your plugins and apps on the top there. Close, go to import.
The red button. Yeah, there you go.
So Lynn, this is something that we can do as leaders, right?
Yes,
to
yes,
incentivize our
this is
team.
very cool.
If we're familiar with InstaBuilder, we can build stuff for our teams. Not to
Exactly.
spoon feed them, but build stuff and then use it as,
Yep, and there you go. So all you have to do is see the timer is on there. So I wanted to point that out as well, which is always a cool thing for people to see that. When you click on that little gear, then what you want to do is, countdown setup, and you just click on the date and change the date, because it's going to be the same time typically. You're going to have the same time if this is a team hangout every week that you're going to be doing. Otherwise, you change the time and all that kind of thing down by the hour and the minute, and then your time zone. Mine's Los Angeles, so yours might be different, Yulia. So you can change that time zone as well.
I believe it's the same.
Yeah, and a lot of people actually go by Eastern Standard Time, so because I guess that's what the whole world is on. I've been told.
I think it's the same.
Stock exchange.
Okay.
Yeah. We're Vancouver, so we're West Coast.
Okay, cool. And then all you do is you would click on the, the title, change, the title, the date, all that. It's very easy. And then when you click on the,
Okay. I'm just saving.
you're saving.
Then for the video, I guess it's just the embed code for the video. That's all, right?
Yeah, and then it's just the link actually to the Hangout that you just created, like Desmond just created. You would have gotten that link. Yeah, go ahead and click there, and you would replace it with that link.
I was just in the middle of creating. Should I create this right now?
Sure.
Okay, Desmond. I remember you're here. What was the next step after this?
Whoa, you're in my live. Where are you in?
I just created a new.
He's in the. Oh, you need to be in events.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in event. But that was weird because I just saw my breakthrough live webinar guest Desmond.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm just in events,
Click on events.
and I can just embed it right there.
Yeah,
Anyway,
create a new one and then just.
for Thursday, so I figured I might as well just do it now.
That's right. So you see, Yulia, because we actually did do that Hangouts already on March the 12th,
Yeah.
it's still sitting there, right? It's one of your events.
Yeah.
And later on, you can delete the old events and stuff like that. Yeah, but just for now, let's just use the same template.
Okay.
Quick question.
Yep.
Lynn, if you already have your embed code in your template already, and when you export, does the embed code already go to the next person that uploads the?
I believe so. I believe so, Valentino. Yeah, because I build e-capture pages with videos in it, and when I embed, like I use my Wistia, I'll embed my Wistia codes in there, and then when I transfer it to my downline, they get it. And then so I always tell them, go set up your own Wistia accounts because you're actually affecting my Wistia view numbers. Because when you guys use it, then like all of a sudden my numbers start spiking. I'm like, why are my videos being watched so much? It turns out it's because my downline are also sharing my videos and stuff.
Yep.
I mean, they could, if it's too complicating, if you've got someone who's really non-techy and you just want to get them from A to Z, and you don't need to explain to them all this embed stuff, then what I do is I'm just like, fine, just use the template as it is, just get your people watching the video.
Julia, you'll want the link for InstaBuilder, and it's the embed code for your blog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the video embed, not
You can copy both if you have a notepad or something, or leave that up because you're going to need that. Or the embed code, because that you can take over to the.
This is for InstaBuilder.
That one's for the blog. Actually, Yulia, the YouTube video is for the blog, right?
No, the YouTube link is for the InstaBuilder, and then the embed code will be for the blog.
Okay.
There you
By the
go.
way, guys, I'm going to have to run pretty soon after this, but I think...
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
thing at 9:30 actually.
You do, that's right.
All right. So there you go. And you don't want to autoplay, just so you know, don't autoplay.
Okay.
Yeah, autoplay is good for like lead capture pages and stuff like that, but not for webinars.
Okay, so that's done.
Okay, and then, you would change your permalink. You would go up to the green button up at the, there you go. Because the extension, you'll want to change to whatever you want it to be. You don't want that long thing at the end.
This thing, right?
Yeah. So however you want to.
Or just breakthrough. Oh, is it specifically just like this will be the title of this will be for the webinars, right?
This will just be the URL at the top anyway. So this is just for branding, Yulia.
Yeah.
So make it something that's easy for you, because eventually it's going to have http:// yuliatudor.com/breakthrough, right? Because
Breakthrough or training or whatever you want to put there.
yeah, because you domain map this site that you're using.
There
This
you go.
Palatu Premium InstaBuilder is on your Yulia Tudor. You've already domain mapped it. Yeah, so
You got to hit OK. Got to hit OK. And then it accepts that permalink, and then you close that down.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then when you, can you slide down the page there, Yulia? Because I want to see if you have the Facebook. Yes, and I think that you may not have your Facebook set up on here. I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and publish this page. No, you're going to want to go into click here to join the team. And you're going to then, click on the gear.
Okay. So that.
And then go to the target link. and you're going to change that to the URL to your join page.
My join page. Okay.
Yeah, like to your $7 page or to your Palatu or wherever you want to take them to join.
Even on that note there, okay, so here's something that we've been discussing. Because of the way the get 3 and you're free and with the, like the boss and stuff like that, this is personally my strategy, and we're just discussing it in Dream Team as well, right? Everyone has their own strategies. But personally for me, how I've been hitting the ranks and stuff like that, some of the initial ranks, is I've been telling my team members, we use the $7 to get people in so we hit boss. Because $7 people tend to be flaky, right?
Yeah.
It's really hit and miss, depends on the traffic you've got. If it's cold traffic, $7. Many times we see a lot of $7 people that come in and they end up not on the rebill or they refund and whatever. But we still hit boss. If you bring 5 of those, you still hit boss. So that takes care of the boss rank. But then in the get 3 and you're free, you don't really want to be promoting $7 because it's harder to get those people. It's kind of like hit and miss. You don't know if those $7 people. So when I use webinars, because we have more rapport with the people, we spend the time to explain things. I'll be very frank and I'll tell them, look, it's like a university. You're going to have to expect to be trained for like a year. A university is 4 years. You're going to be looking at, spending a year on this course here, and you're going to be spending about $200 every month, $197. So I immediately push for the elite level.
Mhm.
So my links on my buttons, this is what I'm recommending for Yulia, would be straight to the 197 join page.
To the elite level. Yeah.
That would be the affiliate, the affiliate fee is like a 30-day free or whatever. There's a discount there. So it's like they only pay for the 197.
So you think I should go for this one?
It would be the elite club package. Yeah.
Elite
one.
club. There you go.
That's it. With a 30-day free trial for the affiliate program.
That's perfect. I like that. And that's something that we're talking about the next meeting I'm going to be on with Kevin Connect.
Yeah. And yeah, definitely spread it to Kevin, spread it to any of the other leaders, because I think, you saw Tracy Walker's post yesterday as well, right? One of the first things we want to help our downline do is get into profit and to help them cover their subs. So if we can get them to sign up 3 people at the 197 level, that covers the get 3 and you're free right away.
Exactly.
Rather than sign up like 10 people, hit boss at $7, everyone quit, not anyone gets up to the, and then they get all depressed and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
So then the only other thing that a lot of people miss on is Yulia, up at the very top right, there's another gear next to the eyeball. Click on that. And on page settings, click on page settings up at the very top.
Pardon me.
Yeah, there you go. On page info and SEO, the very first one, you want to change that imported page title to a title, the breakthrough webinar, whatever you want to say. You can even put your name on there too. Sometimes you want to be branding yourself.
That's right, because the tab will show, right? When
Yes.
people open up the tab, it's going to show, it looks ugly and stuff. So this is for branding, yeah.
Yep, and this is exactly what this is for.
And don't forget, this is an actual page that exists on the internet. So if you SEO it correctly, depends on the keyword you use and stuff like that, and your meta descriptions, which are your, that's your sort of, and you got your meta keywords. It could actually get found by someone just Googling.
That's true. There you go. And now what you do is you publish this.
Okay.
And then
So-
we're going to exit, and then we'll test it. We'll exit and then click on the link and test it and make sure that, it's all good.
Yeah. Okay, Lynn. So without taking any much more of your time, yes, we'll do the testing and stuff, but I think we can just wrap up by saying this, guys. The only way to learn this is to get into the water and learn how to swim. There's no way we can talk about it and do webinars. You just got to get your hands dirty. The only way you're going to learn how to bake a cake or, to knead dough and make a pizza is to get your hands dirty and actually knead that dough. Get in the kitchen and cook the souffle, as a mentor of mine used to say. Right. So what I challenge everyone who's on here is everyone go and make one today. Just go around and play around in InstaBuilder. Make one.
You want me to show the embed code really quick on the on the blog?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
Yulia, that's okay. Go ahead and just exit this. I think you've already published, or save it now because you've changed that.
Yeah, it's already saved.
Okay. And then exit here real quick, and we'll go into the blog really quick so you guys can see.
I'm just skating.
Because you have the embed code there too. Yeah, just all posts is fine. can leave that page. And basically you're going to do the same thing. You know, you're going to have a post title, which is, you know, your blog, your Hangout title, whatever that's going to be, your team training. Okay, and then come on down in the body, and same thing. I just always do things repeatedly. What happened there?
What happened to your body?
I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Oh, it's spooling. It's spooling around.
It's here.
You open up a second page, yeah.
I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
All right. I don't know why I did that, to be completely honest.
I'm talking about kneading things, and all of a sudden there's someone doing clay.
I know.
I don't even know.
Get your hands dirty.
I'm
Was
glad.
there like a
it's not.
keyword there or something?
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Okay,
glad
so
it's
come
not
on
there.
down to the body of the post. And again, you're going to put like a title or something like that, you know, whatever it is that you're training on. I always like to do that, give them some kind of little curiosity builder. And again, with the date and all that kind of good stuff. Now, let's embed the video.
Okay.
Okay, so go on down to the next line. And then you're going to add media. I'm sorry, yeah, insert. I'm sorry, insert video. And then you're going to click on embed, and you're going to copy that embed code, the iframe. And you can do other videos, folks, as long as it's an iframe. There's some other formats that this Klaatu will accept. Now, the other thing that I do is I'll take one of the corners and I'll make it a little bit bigger, because it does tend to copy in real small. Now, after that, well, not that big. That gets a little bit big. There you go. That's good. And then after the video, you want to put your button. So I don't know, Desmond, if you teach anything about, you know, graphics, I do that a little bit, and how they can create buttons, and then
we steal buttons from
Yes.
certain
There you
Google
go.
images. People find buttons like start now, join now, get your trial,
Exactly.
you know, get
Exactly.
started. People can find that on Google. Just Google
Yeah,
that.
so
and
underneath your video, you're going to want to do that as well, is to put your button,
Okay.
and then basically you're done. I mean, you know, you don't really have to do
Yeah.
anything else.
and then you just invite people to this page. Well,
Then you
download.
can use, because it should be domain mapped,
Yeah.
and it's branding you and all that kind of good stuff.
And then I just hyperlink this, right?
Yeah, you can either do it that way, Yulia, or you insert an image and then you
I will, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got plenty.
Yep, and that same link that you put on
And
over on
you-
your InstaBuilder. No, it'd be the link, that little link button.
Oh yeah, no, Lynn.
Icon right
I told her to put an image in.
Oh, you want to put in it? Okay, so you have to add media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it.
No, you have to add, okay, you can go that way too. There's a button up at the top too.
Oh, sorry, okay. I don't know why the hell it's not doing anything.
Slow. It's just slow. Just be patient.
Sorry, guys.
A lot of pressure, right, Yulia?
I need a new computer.
Kind of like when you do these kind of hangouts and you do a screen share, it's like letting people into your house. So you gotta make sure there's no dirty laundry everywhere.
Yeah, try clicking the big button to add media.
Doing that?
Yeah, it's supposed to go to your,
Oh, I know.
your media library.
That's okay. I know what I have. I know how to put a photo there. I'll just do
Right.
it right now. I'll hyperlink that for now.
Yeah.
So
And then you can create a category, that's for your training, which is probably a good idea. And then if your training fits in any one of your other categories, again, you'll want to check those off. I don't know if you guys play around with your SEO information or anything like that, but basically you're going to copy the title. You can throw in a couple keywords and a brief description, and that kind of thing. And then I always put in a thumb image. So that's or featured image. That's up to you as well, depending on what blog you guys have. If it takes featured images and things like that.
how do you put a
You can
thumb
be
in
really
it?
creative. That's where you can have fun, Yulia, to show your personality. And, that's what I'm going to be doing, is changing it up to show my personality a little bit, because it's kind of boring on my site.
How do you put a thumb image?
A featured image.
Oh,
Right.
here. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I know how to do that.
Yep. That's exactly where that would go.
Okay, Lynn. So just to wrap it up here, I guess real quick is that, we've addressed it. Okay, like from the beginning of this webinar is that we're not doing the PHP method. We're not getting it fancy. We're just going to use what we currently have. We've circumvented and figured out ways of using InstaBuilder as well as also our blogs. And we can do webinars. All it takes is for one person to host a webinar, get the embed codes, and then just share it with your team. And everyone just needs to build stuff. Whether leaders want to build an InstaBuilder page that looks like a webinar page, and then just share the template with the team members, and then every team member just has to do that little bit of extra work. So the difference between the affiliate coded PHP versus what we're doing is just that what we do, everyone just has to do a little bit of extra work in the sense that they all have to get the template or create their own in InstaBuilder. And all they need is the embed code from the actual Google Hangouts, from whoever's hosting the Google Hangouts. That's it. And if they can do that, they can either put it on a blog or they can do it in InstaBuilder. Then they can get their URL and share it with their prospects. And so that when the prospects go and watch the webinar, either on the blog or on the InstaBuilder, and they click that button, it's going to go to that person's sign up page. Whereas in the past, we used the PHP method. One person builds the PHP page with the affiliate codes. One person embeds it. One person does all that, sends that link to everyone, just has that question mark ID equals, and then the team members put their affiliate code on it, and then they send everyone to that same one URL. So it's just different ways of skinning the cat.
I just have a question.
Yep.
This join now, what do I hyperlink that to the page that leads to the webinar?
No, Join Now would be your Join Now page, Yulia, your 197 page.
Oh, I understand.
The
Right.
Elite Club, yeah.
Imagine someone's watching this, and here's what I encourage for everyone who's finding this complicating. It does sound complicating at first. When I first joined, I couldn't understand. What made it easy for me, because I'm visual, is get a piece of paper out and map it. Okay, let me just quickly do a quick
Well,
screen
just
cap.
like what I shared at the very beginning of this,
Yep.
it's really basic, but if you go back to the beginning of this recording, you'll see that step-by-step that I've shared with you guys.
Yeah, everyone needs to learn how to do this if you're a
Yes.
marketer. So I'm using the whiteboard function here, by the way,
Oh,
guys.
there you go. Cool.
And so it's all about learning how to make, and I'm using a digital thing here, but you can use on paper with a pencil and paper. It's a flow chart. Okay, when you do this, it stops becoming complicating anymore. Flow charts help me to logically understand what's going on, right? And you do this for lead capture pages, for funnels, for everything. All you want to do is just logically figure out, okay, so this is Facebook post, right? They see the post, they find out there's a webinar going on, or a Facebook event. It could even be this could be a Facebook event page that you create and you invite a bunch of your friends. What happens? People go to that, it goes to a lead capture page, right? Which talks about the webinar, and then people enter their email. Then what happens? It goes to a bridge video where you say thank you for a thank you page, where people say thank you for entering your email, and we'll see you on Thursday night. And don't forget to whitelist my email because I'm going to be sending you some links on that night. And then what happens is it actually goes. So then what will happen is we will have this.
And it should go to your autoresponder.
Yep. So this will be your autoresponder here, right? Because the people's emails go in there. But at the same time, too, what happens is now on that day itself, it actually goes to that'll be the webinar, right? And the autoresponder will have emails, and in the emails there, it will also have links back to the webinar. And then people watch the webinar, and then what happens is after the webinar, there are follow-up email. So if you draw this kind of stuff out, it will actually help to map it out in your mind, and that way you don't feel so confused. Then okay, I got to go to Facebook and create an event page. Then I got to go to InstaBuilder and create a lead capture page. Then I got to create a bridge page and link these two together. Then I got to write up my autoresponder series. Then I got to actually create the webinar page or my blog page, whatever it is. And then that's how you guys just, if you map this out, it makes it so much easier to understand. Does that make sense, guys? And if someone wants to take a screenshot of this, you can take a screenshot if you want. But.
And Desmond, the only thing that I learned the hard way is that set up your Hangout first, because you've got your embed codes, you've got your link, And then, because then all that information you're going to need for your post, you're going to need for your lead capture, your bridge, and all that.
Totally. Yeah. Set this up first and then, work backwards and build all these other things after.
There you go.
This will be the very last one. In fact, it's kind of a reverse, but yeah, this is the last one here because you don't want to advertise this if none of this stuff is set up yet. So get all this set up and then finally create that Facebook post, that Facebook event, and then start promoting it to your social media or, to your email list. You send out to you can actually send out an email broadcast to your email list. So it'd be a broadcast email. And that invites people on your email list to the webinar. Now, you could send them directly to the lead capture page, which means then if you have them on a lead capture page, the people on your existing list right now might go into a second list, or you could just send the people on your email list just to the bridge video. But you do want to register. You want to capture people and find out how many people are coming. So,
Desmond, I have a question.
Yep.
So it would be ideal to create like a separate list for people that are opting into your webinars, right? So that
totally. Yeah.
right now I've just been sending them to my main.
No, yeah. As a marketer, you gotta segment, right? I mean, I'll show you something here. This is my email list, and I've got like so many lists, right?
So I would just create a new list, right?
I'm being transparent. You guys can see my numbers there. 358. It's a big number from yesterday, not because of paid traffic, but because I imported a list from my GetResponse. I'm integrating my GetResponse over here, so that was my GetResponse. I brought them over. But yeah, you can see. I mean, you can see these are paid traffic. James Star,
Can you show how do you create a new list? You just go to list options and new list, right?
Oh my God, Yulia, if you ask me that question, don't embarrass me.
There are videos and
Okay, I'll figure it out.
Okay, list off. Yeah, it's. I mean, like you got to go to manage lists.
Manage list. Okay.
The reason you ask it is because you've never played around. Create list. Boom.
Got it.
You create your list, and after your list is created, you go into list settings, right? And don't forget to turn off your confirmed opt-in. We do not want to have the double opt-in. You want to turn that off.
Right.
Why do you want to turn it off? Because if you create this extra step, there are less people that will enter their emails. So just get rid of it and turn it off. Right? And save your settings. Go back to your basic settings. Make sure you have a notification so that you're being notified every time someone enters your email. That's it. Your list is created. Then you go to messages and you create your legacy follow-up, and that's your follow-up series. In GetResponse, it's similar, slightly different look, but it's similar to this. Okay, guys, I really do have to get running. Lynn, thank you so very much for everything.
Thank you, Desmond.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Hopefully
I'm
you guys
glad to
found
share.
out. Awesome.
Hey,